Although some series are loved and watched, they can be cancelled due to the producers or platforms not giving their approval. There are many TV series productions that were loved and popular by many but were cancelled. Inside, you can take a look at the content to see the cancelled series, although everyone loved it, including productions such as Pushing Daisies, Anne with an E, BoJack Horseman, Sense8. Enjoy watching. 27. Away. Summary. An American astronaut must leave her husband and daughter behind to embark on a dangerous mission with an international space crew. It is a series about the experiences of astronauts during a difficult journey to Mars. Emma Green is put in charge of an international space crew, which she must leave behind her husband and teenage daughter. The Carrie Diaries. Summary. Carrie Bradshaw is in her third year of high school in the early 1980s. As she navigates the worlds of high school in Manhattan, she asks her first questions about love, relationships, friendship and family. It is a series about Carrie Bradshaw's self-discovery as a high school student and her adventures in coping with school. The series was cancelled by the CW after its second season. Girl Boss. Summary. So-called misfit Sophia discovers her passion for fashion and becomes an unlikely businesswoman in the process. But as his business grows, he must learn to deal with life as his own boss. This series is based on the real-life story of Nasty Gal founder Sophia Amoruso. It is a series adapted from the New York Times bestseller Girl Boss, written by Sophia Amoruso. The Society. Summary. When everyone mysteriously disappears from their wealthy town, the young residents of West Ham are forced to form their own society in order to survive. Young people who are sent to another place that looks exactly like a New England town, try to find a way back to their families on the one hand and try to survive on the other. Don't Trust the Bee. In Apartment 23. Summary. June moves to New York to pursue her dream job at a mortgage company that comes with her own apartment. However, the company is closed on its first day and his apartment is taken from him. June moves in with Chloe, a scam and versatile party girl. They don't get along at first. When Chloe's attempts to deceive June backfire, they eventually become friends. '22. 1899. Summary. It is a series about multinational immigrants traveling from the old continent to the new continent and encountering a nightmarish puzzle on a second ship drifting in the open sea. A steamship of migrants sails west to leave the old continent. Passengers, a mixed bag of European origin, are united by their hopes and dreams for the new century and their future abroad. It is a series about the events that take place in the open sea. Castle Rock. Summary. Based on the stories of Stephen King, the series is a series of interwoven characters and themes in the fictional town of Castle Rock. It is a series that brings together the memorable characters, places and stories from the Stephen King novels. Summary. Sydney. She is a young girl struggling with the exams and troubles of high school while dealing with the complexity of her family, the self she has discovered, and the mysterious superpowers that are beginning to awaken deep inside her. Sydney, a teenage girl with telekinetic powers, discovers her special powers and grapples with high school problems. The show was cancelled despite the fact that its second season was filmed. Flash forward. Summary. The series was cancelled because the desired ratings could not be reached. A series about a special mission team at the FBI investigating how every person in the world passes out at the same time and wakes up with a brief vision of their future. After everyone in the world sees images of 6 months after passing out, the FBI assembles a special team. The team is formed to find out if the predicted events are just flashes of what will happen in the future or if they are real events and whether it will happen again. Santa Clarita Diet. Summary. Sheila and Joel are married real estate agents living and working in Santa Clarita, California. When Sheila dies, their lives take a dark turn. Sheila, a normal family mother living in the suburbs, dies one day and then turns into a living dead, so she begins to feed on raw meat. Santa Clarita Diet, an absurd production, was cancelled by Netflix due to the high budget of the series. The OA Summary. It is a series about the appearance of a blind woman named Prairie Johnson, who disappeared 7 years ago, after gaining her sight. Disappeared 7 years ago, formerly blind Prairie returns home, now in her 20s, with her sight restored. While many believe it's a miracle, others worry it could be dangerous. Altered Carbon Summary. Set in a future where consciousness is digitized and stored, a prisoner resurrects in a new body and must solve a mind-blowing murder to regain his freedom. Altered Carbon takes place in the 23rd century, when the human mind is digitized and the soul can be transferred from one body to another. Lie to Me Summary. A series about Cal Lightman, the world's leading deception expert, who studies facial expressions and involuntary body language to uncover the truth behind the lies. New cases are featured in each episode of the series, and Cal Lightman determines whether the people in the case are lying from their body language and facial expressions. It is a series based on the life of American behavioral scientist Paul Ekman. Glow Summary. It is a drama about the personal and professional lives of a group of women who performed for a wrestling organization in Los Angeles in the 1980s. In 1985 Los Angeles, struggling actress Ruth Wilder failed in any casting she went to audition, along with many other women, for a fledgling professional wrestling promotion called the Great Women of Wrestling. Boss Summary. Mayor Tom Kane, diagnosed with dementia, struggles to keep his grip on power in Chicago while ill. The mayor, Tom, who hides the fact that he has dementia from everyone and keeps this fact a secret between himself and his doctor, wants to hide his illness in order not to appear weak in politics, but the effects of dementia begin to show themselves for a while. Sense8 Summary. A group of people around the world are suddenly mentally connected and must find a way to avoid being hunted by those who see them as a threat to world order. In the UK, Seoul, Mumbai, Nairobi, Berlin, Mexico City, San Francisco and Chicago, 8 unknown but mysteriously connected people try to come together, while some of them plan to kill. Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency Summary. Todd Brotzman is a hotel bellboy who lives a very ordinary life. One day, he finds the body of a millionaire in the hotel's attic room, and his life takes a different turn. Due to this murder, Todd is now unemployed and goes after the mysterious murder. Dirk Gently is a novice detective and offers Todd an offer to work with. Although Todd doesn't want to accept this offer at first, he accepts and the two step into a complex and dangerous world. It is a series about Todd and the detective, who suddenly finds himself in a completely different life. The Get Down Summary. It is a series about the experiences of a group of young people on the streets of the Bronx in the late 1970s. Both the dreams and struggles of young people who are destined to be destroyed and who are wanted to be separated from their identities are discussed. It is a production that includes punk, disco, and hip-hop music genres and also touches on hip-hop culture. It is a series about the efforts of a group of young people to reach their dreams through music and stay away from dirty work, and their efforts to hold on to life with music. Pushing Daisies Summary. Ned has the unique ability to bring the dead back to life by simply touching them. However, the person may only survive a minute or someone else dies for them. A second touch renders the person dead so that they cannot be revived. With this ability, Ned revives his childhood crush to solve a murder. Working with private detective Emerson Codd, Ned skillfully helps solve murders and revives his old crush to help solve another murder. 8. My So-Called Life Summary. It is a series about the experiences and troubles of a 15-year-old girl while dealing with friends, boys, parents and school when she was a teenager. Although the series received an award at the Golden Globe, it was cancelled after 19 episodes. It is a youth series about the troubles of a 15-year-old girl during puberty. 7. Carnival. Summary. During the Great Depression, an Oklahoma farm boy and a charismatic minister learn they are key players in a proxy war between heaven and hell. It is a series about the experiences of a prison escapee and a priest who joins a traveling carnival to escape from the police. Six. Hannibal. Synopsis. A drama about the bond between renowned psychiatrist Hannibal Lecter and a young FBI criminal profiler who pursues his ability to empathize with serial killers. Graham has a unique ability to empathize with killers for granted. Doctor. It is a series that focuses on the story of a psychotherapist named Lecter, a serial killer who is very smart and a cannibal adapted from a famous movie series. This series is about the events between the Yam Yam doctor and the FBI officer, who look quite neat from the outside. 5. Deadwood. Summary. In the weeks following the Custer Massacre, the town of Deadwood, South Dakota, turns into a lawless pit of crime and corruption. In this uncivilized outpost he arrives at Wild Bill Hickok, a disillusioned and tough ex-lawman, and Seth Bullock, a man who hopes to find a fresh start for himself. Both men quickly find themselves on opposite sides of the legal and moral fence from saloon owner, hotelier and Deadwood's new boss, Al Swearingen. It is a series that critically focuses on the development of capitalism in the South Dakota region in the 1870s. Anne with an E. Summary. The mother is an orphan and a child living in an orphanage. One day, an old unmarried woman and her brother decide to adopt a son to help with the heavy lifting. However, when there is a mistake and the mother is sent, they first want to send the mother, but the child begins to live with them and they start to feel good for each other with the imagination and endless energy of the mother. Sister, brother and Anne become a family. Although the series aired for 3 seasons, it was cancelled before the story was completed. 3. Twin Peaks. Summary. Laura Palmer is murdered in a small town. Although this small town looks like a calm and innocent place from the outside, when FBI agent Dale Cooper comes to town, it turns out that he is not as innocent as it looks from the outside. The series is retracted after 25 years and still manages to get the attention it received on time. It is a series that focuses on the behind the scenes of the town that looks innocent from the outside and the proof that they are not innocent at all. 2. BoJack Horseman. Summary. In addition to being a horse, this line about a famous 90s comedy star makes you laugh, while at the same time it makes one turn inward and think about important issues. BoJack Horseman was the star of the hit television series Or and Around in the 80s and 90s, but now he makes a living as a Hollywood complaining horse wearing colorful sweaters. In particular, it is a series that deeply touches on human psychology and is highly appreciated by the audience. 1. Firefly. Synopsis. 500 years later, a nefarious crew aboard a small spaceship attempt to survive while traveling through unknown parts of the galaxy, fleeing warring factions and authorized agents to retrieve them. It is a series about the events of 9 people who took part in a spaceship called Serenity in 2517. After the cancellation of the series, there was a huge increase in DVD sales, which attracted the attention of the producers and a sequel called Serenity was shot. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button and comment. To be the first to watch, you can subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications.